quilty friends and crafty friends. Today I want to talk to you about some happenings in the man cave here. I'm Robin, this is the man cave. So howdy and welcome to all my newest subscribers. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Hopefully that you enjoy my content. This morning I had the distinct opportunity to be on Sean, the guy who sews live. He invited me and I'm like, I'll do it. I was quite nervous, but I did it, and I'm here to tell you it was so much fun. Sean is just such a wonderful guy. If you're not subscribed to his channel, by all means, please take a moment, pop over and visit with him and show him some love. I will make sure that the link for his channel is in the description below. I also would like to talk briefly about something that I'm trying to get started here on my channel with my friends and family and subscribers. Now, y'all know that I'm a very strong advocate for supporting animal shelters and rescue groups and adopt, don't shop, and that's one of those things I try to remember. Don't support backyard breeders. Those are the people that are causing such issues with overpopulation. And be sure to have your animals spayed or neutered, and that'll help cut down the overpopulation in the animal communities. I am asking, and I will be tagging many people in this project. I would like to make kennel quilts. Now you ask, well, what's a kennel quilt? Well, I recently stumbled across a site which is called Kennel Quilts, and I will be sure to put the link in the description below, where they're asking for small kennel quilts. Now, what they're meaning by small kennel quilts is a 12 by 18 inch finished size made with cotton only. A few other guidelines I'll go over with is it should be cotton, 100% cottons. Do not use flannel because it sheds too much. Now, this next guideline I'm going to kind of disagree with just a little bit. They're asking that all the fabric be pre-washed. Well, yes, it should be washed at some point, whether you pre-wash it or after you make your kennel quilt, you make sure you wash it, because oftentimes there's chemicals within the fabric that could be harmful to a small animal. So they should definitely be cleaned at some point before donating them to the shelter. The finished size, as I said, should be 12 by 18 inches. And that's the size that most commonly is used in small animal kennels. When piecing, you should use a small stitch. You don't want big stitches where like a cat or a small puppy or something could get their nail stuck in there and hurt themselves or damage the quilt. One of the other things here, there's a couple guidelines that they're asking that you use to make these quilts. The other guideline is do not use a binding. And I know for so many quilters, binding is their biggest nemesis. Well, you can see I have no binding on here. None. All you do is you put your pieced quilt with a backing. I'm just doing this for show purposes only. Put the two pieces together with batting in the center, and then just stitch around three sides and a partial on the fourth, just a small. And then after it's stitched around, you berth it. You turn it inside out, and you should give it a good press. Make sure all your corners are pushed out the best you can, and then either finish quilting if you haven't quilted it, which that's the idea of making kennel quilts, is to have a top, a batting, and a backing. Quilt it, turn your that raw edge that you use to turn your quilt inside out, stitch that closed, and voila, you have a small kennel quilt. They don't have to be perfect. I mean, an animal doesn't care whether if your seams don't line up perfectly. They don't care what colors you use. They just want to be comfortable, and I would like to see all of my friends and family participate. Let me go through the rest of the guidelines here. Do not use any embellishments like buttons, beads, ribbons, lace, or any kind of embellishment. Quilting only, please, and use small stitches when quilting. If you do want to do an applique, that's fine, but when you put your applique piece down, use very small stitches to hold it in place. Anything else here? I got my computer set up down here and I'm having a hard time seeing it. Basically just use small stitches. Do not tie your quilts, because there's going to be loose strings that are going to be, or loose yarn, threads, whatever, that a small animal might chew and ingest and possibly hurt them. So just a lot of common sense, really. I mean, for people who don't own pets and know what they can get into, and just use your best common sense is the best that I can say. Now, there are 2 locations within the United States right now that are in desperate need of these kennel quilts. Now, the reason why we make these is because a particular shelter or rescue group may have had an emergency. Maybe they had a weather disaster, a fire, any kind of a problem where they may have to move animals from point A to point B or even C, and they use these little, they're like plastic or just wire kennels to house these animals in, because you know what? The place that they're moving them to may not have a large area to support a bunch of animals, so they must keep them in small kennels, which I don't really like that idea, but as long as it keeps the animals safe, that's what's the most important thing. Keeping them safe and healthy and happy. So I'm going to tag several people. I'm going to mention a few names, like Mona did what? Lawayne, Sewing with Lawayne. So Becca. Oh gosh. The Southern Wind, I think it's the Southern Wind. I'm sorry if I got that messed up. Tammy, you know who you are. I will definitely tag them in the description. So please consider helping. There right now, the 2 main areas that are needing help is Indiana and Kentucky. There are a couple of shelters there that have had like weather extremes or weather problems, or maybe broken pipes in their kennels, any kind of a disaster or an emergency. So I will put the link below for kennelquilts.com, and please take a moment and look-see, and it doesn't cost very much to make one of these. Heck, you probably got a ton of scraps that you can sew together and make a very unique little quilt that will help comfort an animal that's in need. So here's the back. It's just basically a fat quarter that was cut down, and I used the extra in the front here, right here. Doesn't cost very much to make these, and once they're made, I would suggest or ask that you make more than one, because they do need to be shipped, and the addresses to these particular shelters are on the website, and you can ship them directly to them. As much as I would love to see everybody's work, it's just not feasible for you to mail them here to me and then me turning around and mailing them up to the shelters. I mean, I would do that if I had to. If it helps an animal, I'm all for it, but I think it's just so much better and easier if you mailed them directly to the shelter in need. All right, I don't want to harp too much on this. It's just, animals are my life, and I love my boys. I got my big boy Buck here. He's my gentle giant, aren't you, Bucky? Hey, Buck, are you ignoring me? He's ignoring me today because he's mad because I locked him in the bedroom when I was on live with Sean. So he's kind of got a little bug up his butt right now because he wasn't too happy about being locked up. He wants to be with his dad, don't you? You want? Oh, thank you for the Bucky kisses. Dad loves you. Your dad loves you. Yes, he does. How could you not love an animal like this guy? He's just such a wonderful addition to my family. And to think that somebody dropped him off and put him in a shelter, and oh my gosh, it breaks my heart thinking about it. He is just such a loving dog. He's so sweet and gentle. That's why I call him my gentle giant. So think of all those homeless dogs and cats and animals in this world that are in need of love. And you can help by making a little kennel quilt, and it'll give them a little sense of security, a little sense of love, comfort, right? Absolutely. Absolutely. So, I'm trying not to get choked up here. I usually do. It just, the thought of an animal spending its life... Hi, Buck. Hello, Bucky. The thought of an animal spending its life in a shelter, or in fact, I know that shelters do their very, very best to find homes for these animals, but it just digs right into my heart when I think about all the homeless dogs, cats, and animals in this world that don't know love. So I think at this point in time, oh, I do want to say this. If you followed my channel and saw my last video, I mentioned that I was getting a new air conditioner, and oh my gosh, what a difference this new air conditioner makes. It's bigger, it's more powerful, but it cools really well. So come summertime when it's 95 plus degrees outside, I'm sure that the man cave here will stay nice and comfortable. So it's in, it works. It's currently shut off because I don't really need it at this time of day. It's still quite cool outside. So, but I do have it, and I'm so thankful that I have it. The man cave is still a little disorganized because I needed to have my sewing table and everything set up so that I could do the live this morning. And what we did on the live this morning is we did clue 3 of the Cotton Cups Puzzle Mystery Quilt. Now this was all I was able to, the initial blocks were the only thing that I was able to get done because I wasn't able to set up my ironing board. But I did get the initial blocks made. So I'm going to spend the afternoon or a few hours here pressing these all out and finish the assembly. So yeah, I love this colorway. Oh my gosh. This is called Autumn Shades. Such a lovely color combination. Alrighty folks, well, I just want to say, oh, did you kick Bucky out of the way? Huh? Oh, here's Rocco, my big wild child. He's a little on the wild side, but we live with it, and we deal with it and try to keep him nice and calm. But he's a little lover too. He loves to give his dad kisses. All right, I think that's about all for right now, and I just want to say thank you to Sean for having me as a guest today. Thank you, Sean. It meant the world to me. Sean is such a wonderful guy. He loves to promote new channels and small channels, and I wish more creators were like that. And there's a few out there that like to help us smaller channels, but some of the big channels, they just like, we're not going to be bothered with you. You're just too small to worry about. But anyways, I didn't mean that the way it sounded. I know it sounded a little bad, but it's true. So, I got Bucky giving me the sad eyes down here. You can't see him. Come here. Come on. Here he comes. Here he comes. He just wants to be with his dad. And I want to be with him too. Alright folks, you know what? I'm going to say so long. I want to get this video edited however I have to edit it and uploaded, rendered and uploaded. Y'all don't realize how much time is involved in making and posting videos. I hope that you do appreciate it. If you do, remember to give it the thumbs up. Do all the things you have to do. Thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Share if you know somebody that might be interested in my content. And be sure to smash down on that little bell indicator so that you get notified each and every time I upload new content. Alrighty, well, from Bucky and I, we're going to say so long for now. You have... You're such a sweetheart. Y'all just have the best day ever. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay creative, and be blessed. And we will see you again very, very soon. I am gone. Bye-bye for now.